Over 3 years ago, I left the United Kingdom for a different life in the Philippines. But soon, I will be returning to the United Kingdom. I will be going home. And so in this video, I want to share with you the things that I have missed about living in the UK. When people leave the UK behind, you don't always hear about things that they miss. They focus on maybe the negative side of the UK. They focus on how their life is in the country that they're currently living. But actually, when you live away from your home country long enough, there are certain things that you realise that no longer exist here. They no longer exist in your life, that your life no longer functions the way it once did. Now don't get me wrong, the Philippines has been a good experience for me. It's been a developing experience. It's been a maturing experience. It has challenged me. It has brought me out of my comfort zone. But that doesn't change the fact that in the United Kingdom, there are things that I have missed out on. What I'm really looking forward to is seeing my family again. Spending time with my family again. My mom and dad, my niece and nephew, my sister, my grandmother. I'm also looking forward to meeting my friends again as well. Of returning to my home church and surprising everyone. Of going out for coffee with friends. Don't get me wrong here, I do have friends here, but whenever you're from a different culture, and whenever people tend to be shy, not everyone here likes to open up. For me, I like those deep, grounded conversations that I get with my friends back home, the ones that I'm comfortable with, the ones that we're comfortable with sharing with each other. So I'm looking forward to that. Another thing is actually structure. Now, here in the Philippines, I do have my routine. I get up in the morning, perhaps between 5 or 7 a.m. I give Elliot his milk. I go outside. I drink my coffee. I help Tina with washing the dishes. I do some remote working. So I do have a bit of a structured routine here. But it's not the same. I'm going to be honest, guys, with you. I'm going to be honest with you all. People complain about the 9-to-5 grind in the office back home in the UK. And I probably complained about it myself when I was living there, but I actually miss it. I miss the routine of getting up in the morning, having my breakfast, going out to work, going into the office, doing my work, coming home. I miss that. So I'm actually looking forward to going back to the 9-to-5 grind. You're probably thinking, oh Dean, you're absolutely crazy. I probably am a bit crazy, but when you've been out of it for so long, there's something almost exciting about going back to it. I know it's simple, but that's just my mindset at the moment. And not only that, it's because I have a son. I'm motivated to provide for him. I'm motivated to find work, to find a full-time 9-to-5 job so that I can provide for him. But not only that, a 9-to-5 job gives me that sense of stability, that sense of security, that sense of building up my finances again as well. But actually, another thing is this, guys, and you don't realize it at the time, but you miss out on the UK seasons, because really in the Philippines you only really have the summer season, the rainy season, and the cooler season, whereas in the UK we have spring, summer, autumn, winter, and you can feel the changes when you're living in the UK. You know, you can feel, you know, the springtime, you get the heavy rain, the showers, You get summertime where maybe we get maybe a week or two of very hot weather. You get autumn where the leaves change colour and the trees go bare. And you get winter where you get the odd chance of, you get snow. And even at Christmas time. I love Christmas in the UK because of the coldness, because of the darkness. Whereas here in the Philippines, it's hot. It's not cold. For me, Christmas is about cold, wearing lots of layers rather than walking about in shorts and t-shirts. So it's just strange for me having celebrated Christmas here. So I'm looking forward to one day celebrating Christmas back in the UK. And I can't wait for my lovely wife and my son to experience Christmas in the UK as well. Don't get me wrong, Christmas and New Year here is absolutely fantastic. But I miss the UK version. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to is going back to my own culture, because in Northern Ireland we have a very particular sense of humour that many people across the world really don't get. We have our own vocabulary, like what's the crack, or all right mucker, all those kind of phrases, and you can't use those phrases here. You can't really have your Northern Irish humour here because people don't understand it. Now, don't get me wrong, I've learned to appreciate Filipino humour. I've learned to adapt in that regard. But I still miss British culture. I still miss Northern Ireland culture. And so I'm looking forward to experiencing that again. I guess one of the things that I'm really looking forward to as well is the cool, fresh British air. Because here, most of the time, it's hot and humid. Most of the time I'm constantly sweating. I'm just trying to think of ways to keep comfortable, to keep myself cool. Whereas in the UK, I remember from when I visited last time, I got off the plane and I was just greeted by the fresh air. I'm looking forward to that. And so I guess another thing that I'm looking forward to, and I'm not insulting the Philippines, but really the returning to a bit more stability. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, stability in the sense of working electricity. You know, from time to time we experience power cuts here. Sometimes they are scheduled, sometimes they're unscheduled. So for example, you could get a case of very heavy rain and then the power goes out. You could get a gust of wind, the power goes out. And then there's other times where the electricity company are having to repair lines, and so they have to turn off the electricity, and sometimes that can be for a full day, and it's not always easy, especially when it's very hot. So I'm looking forward to returning to a place where the electricity is pretty stable, where I can get phone signal in most places, where I'm not at risk of an earthquake or a typhoon or a significant natural disaster. I guess I'm looking forward to going back to the predictable, and I guess what some people would call mundane, everyday life. So if you've been living abroad, let me know what you miss about living in the United Kingdom.